Hello everybody, welcome to KPIS Delhi's CARE initiative, Current Affairs through Reverse Engineering. These are the articles for the day. Let us look into the first article. World Happiness Index 2024. Whenever you come across an index, you have to know which institution is actually giving this report. World Happiness Index is given by United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Okay? This is the first thing. Second thing, what is India's position? Okay, this will come under statistics part. And if there are any important parameters that this institution is considering to rank countries, those parameters are also important. Okay, for this report, this institution is considering 6 variables. What are those? GDP per capita, health and life expectancy, having someone to count on. Okay, and fourth one, freedom to make life choices. Fifth one is generosity. And sixth one is freedom from corruption. So these are the 6 parameters that you have to remember. One is GDP per capita, health and life expectancy, having someone to count on. Fourth one is freedom. Fifth one is generosity. Sixth one is freedom from corruption. And what is India's rank? India's rank is 126 out of 143 countries. The irony is, countries like Pakistan, Ukraine are ranked better than India according to the index. See, I am leaving it to your intellect to assess the realities of the report. Okay? For exam, this statistics is very important. But in reality, see, Ukraine, it's a war-struck region, right? But it is ranked better than India. Are people really happy in Ukraine? Absolutely no. So what I'm trying to say is, write the statistics. However, for exams perspective, these statistics are very important. However, use your intellect to assess the statistics and ranks. Okay? And top 10 countries remain the same. That is the countries before COVID-19 pandemic, whatever were there, they are also there in this year's top 10. And one more thing, Israel is ranked. It made it into the top 5. See the irony? It is in war, but it is ranked at number 5. So what are the top 10 countries that are marked 1 to 10? Finland at number 1, Denmark number 2, Iceland number 3, Sweden at number 4. Fifth is Israel. See this, look at this one. Fifth is Israel. Okay. Sixth is Netherlands. Seventh is Norway. Eighth is Luxembourg. Ninth is Switzerland. And 10th is Australia. Okay. And what is the least happiest country? That is what is at number 143, not the 143 which you are thinking. This is 143. It is Afghanistan. According to the report, the least happiest country is Afghanistan. Okay. These are some basics you have to remember. And also please use your intellect and analyze these statistics. Okay. Which of the following are the indicators used by World Happiness Index 2024? Freedom to make life choices. Yes, this is there. That means select the correct answer. Okay, that means 1 should be there. That means B is gone. Now, undernourishment, child mortality, child stunting. These are specifically not mentioned under 6 parameters. Okay. In general, these parameters, undernourishment, child mortality and child stunting, are used by IFPRI to compute the Global Hunger Index report. Okay. So these are not considered here. That means 2, 3 and 5 should be eliminated. That means this is gone, this is gone. C is the answer. Which of the following gives Global Gender Gap Index ranking to the countries of the world? It is World Economic Forum. Some basics about World Economic Forum. It was formed in Jan 1971 and it is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. What are the other reports that World Economic Forum is giving? One is the World Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index. Second one is Future of Jobs Report. Third one, Global Social Mobility Report. Fourth one, Global Risks Report. Fifth one, Global Energy Transition Index. And Global Competitiveness Report. And obviously the seventh one is Global Gender Gap Index. Okay, so these are some basics and other reports that World Economic Forum is giving. Next, in vitro fertilization. Why is it a news? What is the context? The context is that the late Punjabi musician Sidhu Moosewala's parents welcomed a kid through in vitro fertilization. Okay, that's good. But the Union Health Ministry has brought attention to this matter, and it said that only women between the age groups of 21 to 50 are eligible to give birth through in vitro fertilization in India presently. So what is this in vitro fertilization? It is one of the assisted reproductive technology. This is IVF. It is one component of it. Now what is this assisted reproductive technology? See, all the techniques used to obtain a pregnancy by handling a sperm or egg cell outside the human body and transferring the embryo into the woman's reproductive tract is called assisted reproductive technology. And in vitro fertilization is one such technique. Okay, it is a process involving step number one, that is you have to retrieve the eggs from ovaries and manually combine them with a sperm in a lab for fertilization. And after several days of fertilization, the fertilized egg, now called the embryo, is placed into the uterus. Okay, and pregnancy occurs when this embryo implants itself into the uterine wall. And this procedure can be done using a couple's own eggs and sperm, or it may involve eggs, sperms, or embryos from an unknown or anonymous donor. And these techniques are usually used to treat infertility amongst the couples. See, it's simple. If the fusion of egg, that is ova, and sperm are happening in a lab that is outside the human body using some external techniques, and the embryo thus formed is implanted into the woman's uterus, then it is called in vitro fertilization. That means it is happening outside the human body. Clear? Now, there is Assisted Reproductive Technology Regulation Act of 2021, which actually lays down certain rules for in vitro fertilization and this ART clinics. Okay, it says that ART clinics and banks must be registered under the National Registry of Banks and Clinics of India, which will maintain a central database with details of such instructions. Okay, and the registration of such clinics can be renewed for another 5 years. It is only valid for 5 years and then renewal will happen. And the registration may be cancelled or suspended if the institution violates the provisions of the Act. Alright? So these are some basics. Now you know about assisted reproductive technologies, IVF, that is in vitro fertilization. There is another term called in vivo fertilization. In vivo in Latin means within the living. Okay, it refers to tests, experiments and procedures that researchers perform in or on a whole living organism such as a person, laboratory animal or a plant. Okay, in vivo means within the living organism. See, here the fertilization is happening outside the living organism, right? But in vivo it happens inside. The fertilization happens inside the body. Alright, which of the following statements is correct regarding in vitro and in vivo fertilization? In vitro fertilization involves fertilization outside the body, while in vivo fertilization occurs inside the female reproductive system. This is correct, right? In vitro fertilization involves fertilization inside the body. No, this is wrong. The first half itself is wrong, right? So only first statement is correct. Consider the following statements about in vitro fertilization. Prelims 2019, this question was given. Okay, the name in vitro fertilization refers to the fact that the egg is fertilized by the sperm in the laboratory and not in women's reproductive tract. This is correct, right? Fertility therapies are collectively called assisted reproductive technologies. Yes, we have just seen. So C is the answer. Direct tax collection surged by 18.74% in financial year 2023-24. Okay, so this is the context and the news snippet also. Now, what are direct taxes? Direct taxes are those taxes which are imposed on profits and income. Then how about indirect taxes? They are imposed on goods and services. Okay, this is the story of indirect taxes. Okay, that's why GST is an indirect tax, because it is imposed on goods and services. Okay, wherever a tax is imposed on profit and income, it is a direct tax. Now, what are the examples of direct taxes? One is income tax, the other one is transfer taxes, entitlement tax, property tax. Okay, and the incidence and the impact of direct tax falls on the same person, whereas in indirect tax, the incidence and impact of the tax fall on different persons. Okay, that means the tax that is levied by the government on one entity must be passed on to the final consumer by the manufacturer, right? So that happens in indirect tax, but here it is very straight. Government is imposing tax on you, you are paying it. But here it's different. Government is imposing tax on it, and this will be transferred to the end consumer, and we will pay the tax here. Okay, and fine, we will pay the tax to the government. Example is GST. See, on your bills, whenever you're buying things, you will have na CGST, SGST, and you will pay. You are paying that SGST and CGST. Okay, you're paying it to whom? To the government, but it is actually levied on this fellow, the manufacturer, and he is actually transferring that burden to us. Okay, and the direct taxes are governed by CBDT. Now, what is CBDT? CBDT means Central Board of Direct Taxes, and it is a statutory authority functioning under the Central Board of Revenue Act of 1963, and it is a part of Department of Revenue in the Ministry of Finance. These things you have to remember. And who heads this CBDT? It is headed by chairman, and it has 6 members, all of whom are ex officio special secretary to Government of India. Right? Why am I telling this one? Because when I say CBDT and it falls under the Department of Revenue and Ministry of Finance, you might think Finance Minister is the head of CBDT. No, it is headed by a chairman. Consider the following statements with reference to direct tax. Direct tax collection in the financial year 2023-24 has shown increase of 18.74%. Yes, this is a context of the article also. This is correct. Which of the above statements is are right? So one should be there. That means B and C are gone. Direct tax is imposed on the income or profits of the people. This is correct. And we have only one such option. So D is the right answer. Now, which one of the following effects of creation of black money in India has been the main cause of worry to the government of India? So, black money, and it's a reason to worry, okay, to the government of India. Now, diversion of resources to purchase of real estate and investment in luxury housing. See, because of black money, this government of India is worrying. Why is it worrying? That is the question. So, direct effect should be on government of India. So, if you're getting confused, read all the statements. Next, investment is unproductive activities and purchase of precious stones, jewelry, gold, etc. Large donations to political parties and growth of regionalism. Loss of revenue to the state exchequer due to tax evasion. See, this is more apt amongst all 4. Why? Because it is directly affecting the government's exchequer, right? So, D is the answer. India's top 1% income and wealth shares reach historical highs. And who said this? World Inequality Lab's research. The same organization, World Inequality Lab, also gives a report, World Inequality Report. This is also important for prelims. World Inequality Lab gives World Inequality Report. And the same organization's research said so. What is it saying? In the previous year, that is 2022-23, the top 1% income share in India was 22.6%. Okay, and in the next year, this rose to 40.1%. These figures place India's top 1% income share higher than that of South Africa, Brazil, and even the United States. Are you imagining? See, it says this 40.1% income share is of 1% income in India is higher than that of South Africa, Brazil, and even United States. The report highlighted that the billionaire Raj led by India's modern bourgeoisie is now more unequal than British Raj led by colonial forces. So basically it is saying that the widening gap is more dangerous. Okay. Did you understand this one? Top 1% population of India is contributing to 40.1% of its total income of the country, and this is way higher than what 1% population of South Africa is contributing, what 1% top 1% population in US is contributing. Okay. Now, consider the following statements with regards to report released by World Inequality Lab. The wealth share held by the top 1% in India has increased to 22.6%. No, from 22.6 it has increased to around 40%. So this is wrong. India has the highest share of top income after South Africa, Brazil, and United States. This is also wrong. Why is it wrong? Because read the statement very carefully. India has highest share of top income. No. India's top 1% income share is higher than that of South Africa, Brazil, and United States. Okay. So this is also wrong. It is D. Now, inclusive growth as enunciated in the 11th 5-year plan does not include which one of the following? 11th 5-year plan, that means it's from 2007 to 2012. Now, what is inclusive growth? You have to know. Okay, so that it will be easy for you to eliminate options. Inclusive growth is an economic growth that is distributed fairly across society and creates opportunities for all. Okay, so that is inclusive growth. Now, coming to the question. So, which one of the following does not include, okay, is not included in the inclusive growth of 11th 5-year plan? Reduction of poverty, yes, absolutely it will be there. Extension of employment opportunities, yes, because this opportunity to create opportunities for all, this is very essential. Now, strengthening capital market, reduction of gender inequality, this is also correct. Strengthening of capital market is wrong. Why? First of all, what is a capital market? A place where you trade in securities. Okay, so out of these four, these three are directly linked to inclusive growth. Okay, so the most appropriate answer here is C, strengthening of capital market. Understanding house terms and poll schedules. Now, what is the context? See, the Election Commission of India has announced a change in the counting date for assembly seats in Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh to June 2nd instead of June 4th. Why did it do so? Because it was trying to adjust the poll schedule in response to the imminent expiration of legislative assembly terms. Okay, so you know, one nation, one elections or simultaneous elections concept. What is the committee that is associated with one? It is Ramnath Kovind Committee. All right. So that's a tidbit which I mentioned. Ramnath Kovind Committee is associated with simultaneous election. Now, this is the context, but what you have to learn for prelims are the articles. Okay, Article 172 Clause 1 states that every state legislative assembly, unless sooner dissolved, shall continue for 5 years from the date appointed for its first meeting and no longer than the expiration of the said period of 5 years. Okay, this is for, that means state legislative assembly should function for 5 years unless and until it is dissolved. Okay, and there will be automatic dissolution after 5 years. Okay, this is for state legislative assembly. Then for Lok Sabha, article is 83 clause 2. All right. Can the term of Lok Sabha be greater than 5 years under any circumstances? Yes. When, what is that? When there is proclamation of emergency, Parliament can extend the term of Lok Sabha for up to 1 year at a time. Okay. And this extension cannot extend beyond 6 months after the emergency has ended. So this also you have to remember. Consider the following statements. Article 172, Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution specifies the term duration of state legislative assemblies. This is correct. And the same thing for Lok Sabha is dealt by which article? 83, Clause 2. Now, the term of Lok Sabha can be extended by President during the proclamation of emergency. See, this word is important. During emergency, yes, it can be extended, but not by President, it's by Parliament. So this is wrong. Which of the above statements is are incorrect? Second statement is wrong, so B is the answer. Consider the following statements. The Election Commission of India is a 5-member body. See, the number of election commissioners is not fixed. President can vary it. Okay, so this is wrong. Alright, when 1 is gone, which of the above statements is correct? A is gone. Now, Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of both general elections and by-elections. It is not Union Ministry of Home Affairs. It is Election Commission. So 2 is gone. That means C and B are gone. 3 is the answer. Only 3 only. That is D. Khelo India initiative. As a sports person, I feel very privileged to actually explain you all about this initiative and also the context of this article. What is the context? The context is that Sports Authority of India, SAI, released over 30.83 crore under the new Khelo India scheme. And top Indian athletes hailed this initiative as true game changer. Alright, now for prelims, some basics about this initiative are very, very important. This was launched in the year 2017 by Government of India, and it serves as a dynamic platform to nurture sports talent and revive the sporting culture of India. Okay, now this initiative has Khelo India Youth Games. Okay, this commenced in the year 2018. It also has Khelo India University Games. This one commenced in 2020. And Khelo India Winter Games. This also commenced in the year 2020. Alright. So this youth games is actually a multidisciplinary sports competition for school and college students in India. This year, it was conducted in Tamil Nadu from January 19th to January 31st, and previous 5 editions were in Delhi, Pune, Guwahati, Panchkula and Bhopal. Okay, the 6th edition, that is this year 2024, it is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Now some basics about this institution, SAI, Sports Authority of India. It is an autonomous body established in the year 1894 under Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports under Societies Registration Act of 1860. Okay, so what are the functions of this institution? To allot funds, that we have already learned because it has allotted this much amount. One is funds. Next one is to appoint coaches and administrators to train athletes. Okay, but SAI does not have the power to enforce any laws or regulations related to sports in India. Okay, it will appoint coaches, it will train, but it has no power to enforce any laws or regulations relating to sports in India. Alright. Which of the other competitions are included under the Khelo India initiative? Khelo India Youth Games? Yes. Khelo India University Games? Yes. Khelo India Summer Games? No, they are winter games. Okay. Khelo India Winter Games is there. So 1 and 2, A is the answer. Consider the following statements in respect of the Laureus World Sports Award, which was instituted in the year 2000. So this is an annual event to honor the greatest and most inspirational sporting triumphs of the year and showcase the work of Laureus Sports for good. Okay. So the awards are given or honored across 6 categories. One is sports woman, sportsman, team, breakthrough, okay, breakthrough, and comeback, Action. The last category is action. These across 6 categories, the names are created by votes from more than 1,000 sports media from over 70 countries. Okay. And the Laureus World Sports Academy, which is a unique group of sporting legends, votes for the winners in each shortlisted category. Alright. And American golfer Tiger Woods was the first winner of this award. This is correct. So B is gone because they're asking you the correct statements. The award was received mostly by Formula 1 players so far. Mostly tennis players have received this award, and the number is 11. So this is gone. 2 is gone. This is gone. C is the answer. This is it for today. All the best.